Hilarious. Are you excited?
So much fun. I love doing that because, again, we get to set the record straight. We get to talk shop. And, you know, it's such a collective effort every week. You know, every week without my team, we really couldn't pull off what we pull off. I mean, it's all part of the magic. So hair, makeup, wardrobe, glam, slam. Hopefully, wish us luck tonight. It's going to be a chaotic night.
I'm sure it's going to be great.
I am so excited.
Thank you.
And you look amazing as always. You look very Hollywooded out.
Thank you. See, I'm a theme stylist. You know, I'm a mood dresser.
I know.
Yeah.
You know how to set the mood on stage. It's
Thank
perfect.
you.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a blast having you here, but you have somewhere to go.
I do.
You have contestants that need you, so we're going to let you go do that. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you guys for having me. Good luck.
We actually have Jim standing by with Brian Friedman. So, Jim, what's going on back there?
Yes! From one busy person to another. Brian Friedman, hello. Dude, we are minutes away from showtime. What is the energy like for you backstage before you go live?
It's electric. I mean, right now we're dealing with some massive changes, like wardrobe changes, these things that kind of happen after you see the dress run and you see what doesn't work, and then you have literally minutes to go and change them before they hit the stage live. So I'm going and doing last-minute checks on all the contestants, making sure their hair looks right, their wardrobe looks right, they know their staging, all that stuff.
That's crazy. Okay, I'm putting you on the spot. Pop quiz. Name all the members of Intensity. I'm totally kidding. We don't have time for that. We don't have 6 hours for you to rattle off 100 names. I know. There's so many of them, though. There were 6,000 of those kids.
There were, but I love every one of them.
Yes. So you said there's a lot of changes last minute. Is this like a weekly thing, or is this week like weird voodoo going on in X Factor land that everything went wrong in dress rehearsal? I'm trying to make a story here.
No, it's an everyday thing. This is what you deal with when you have LA and Simon and Paula and Nicole. They make changes. They just never are satisfied. They're always trying to get that final tweak to make sure that they have the one up on the other one. So then that means me having to make their tweaks for them and make everything happen. So
do they bribe you? Do they just like Simon call you into his massive double-decker trailer and he's like, there's money in this if you sabotage Paula's performance?
No, but I'm not saying that I wouldn't accept it because everyone loves a little bit of bribe. But no, it is even playing ground. We can only go as far as they let me go and as far as they're willing to go. You know, sometimes they want to be conservative, sometimes they want to really take risks, and I go for the risky. I like risky.
What is there like one thing that you've really wanted to do that they were just like, absolutely not? You cannot put unicorns on stage. What's like the one request you put in that you keep going for and they're like, no?
Well, the thing is, I can't say the request because I'm still going to try to put it in, and I don't want to give those requests away. But yes, I have been turned down. I have been turned down miserably.
Which judge do you battle with the most?
Well, over in the UK, it used to always be Simon. Simon was the one that I always had to fight with the most. But here, it's seeming to be like LA. He likes to play a little bit safer. I don't want to say conservative because he definitely has a lot of edge to him. But I know not to give LA some left field stuff because he's like, why? Why would you put that on my stage? So I know how to play the game for each of them. They all have their own aesthetic for each of the artists. And, you know, you got to stay in their lane or else it's not going to be accepted.
I hear you. So I see you around rehearsals like crazy. During the main show and it's live, where are you? Are you backstage or are you?
I am front row. I am the ultimate stage mom, stage dad. I am up there like pointing in different directions, trying to keep their morale up before they actually sing and the videotapes are playing. I'm trying to get them in the zone. It's all about just getting them in that like fighter winner position so that they can give the best performance of their life.
All right, you're a busy man. I know you got to run. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Bye.
Back to you guys.
Jim, your bow tie trend is catching on. Brian had one too.
You guys are like twinsies. Oh,
I love it.
It looks like the Tempest Part 2 is being filmed here at the CBS lawn.
Just so you know, we are all okay here because we are filming on a lot. There's constantly sets being rolled around. We've got Price is Right filming next door, so who knows? Maybe it was just a big set piece.
It's pretty awesome, though. But anyways, all right, let's hear from now the last group of contestants tonight, the 3 finalists who are counting on Simon to help them get through. Here are Drew, Melanie, and Rachel, the girls.
When I was around the age of 7, and I would sing in my room all the time, and that evolved into singing in a little microphone karaoke machine with my best friend. And then my mom one day at dinner time, she was like, "Drew, did you know you can really sing?" And I was a little kid, I was just like, okay, you know, okay. And that's when I started doing talent shows and starting to really open up my voice to everyone.
I was 6 months old. And I was laying in the crib, and at like 3 o'clock in the morning I just sat up and started singing. I was literally singing before I could speak. Like I'd just be making a bunch of noise, and but I was in key and it sounded really good according to my mother. She said it scared her at first to see that 6-month-old just sitting up in a crib. and just singing up like this, start singing and then just go right back to sleep. And she said I did that repeatedly until I was about 3.
I heard that even before I could like really remember, because when you're a baby, you know, you lose all that stuff when you're older. And so, but I heard from my mom that when I was 18 months, I'd sit in the back of the car and they'd play Breathe by Faith Hill. And I would sing it. And I would just be back there singing it and screaming on my, just trying to get up there. And I would be tiny, like 18 months, in my little car seat, singing it and trying to get into the song. And my mom said it was terrible. She said it was terrible. But it was good for an 18-month-old baby.
All right, we're just minutes away from the big show. Let's go back to Jim, who's right in the thick of it. Jim?
What is up, Tyron? Look who I have. And look, he's doing my hair as we speak. Thank you, Ken.
Yes,
Ken,
looking good.
Hair guru for X Factor.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you for talking with me. So what is it?
Have you seen anybody? What do you think?
Everyone looks amazing.
Yeah, we've added some color, we've got some pink, we've got some teal, we've got a whole lot of stuff happening.
So what is it like meeting with the judges? Do you have to clear everything with them before you do what you want to do, or do they trust you entirely?
They kind of trust us to begin with, but the judges absolutely have the final say. So we get notes and messages and all that kind of stuff, and who doesn't want to please a judge?
There are some crazy looks tonight, I'm not going to lie.
I'm nervous.
Are you?
I'm a little bit nervous, I got to be honest with you. We went out on a limb with a couple of the looks, took a little bit of risks, but you know, if we get a little backlash, it's all right.
All right, well, I'm hearing there's an extension emergency and you are needed,
great.
so great talking with you. And you guys, we are minutes away. The excitement is out of control. It is extra chaotic here this week. I am super excited. This wardrobe rack is inconsolable, but we will be back next week. I will see you guys. Enjoy the show tonight.
Jim Cantiello, everybody. Thank you always for keeping it real backstage with your candidness. We'll see you next week, buddy.
So now we're moments away from our third performance show this week. Excuse me, we're live.
Third performance
Our
show.
third performance show. And I can tell you firsthand that the contestants' hearts are just pounding out of their chests. You wouldn't even believe it.
Well, Philip, I have to admit, my heart just skipped a bit because I've been informed that it is time for our tweet of the week. Let me take a look here.
Let's check it out.
Our tweet of the week is from @MZ_real_life. The X Factor USA. I can't wait to play Simon Says tonight and see LA's swag face. Keep in mind, swag face was a hashtag. I love that.
I like the hashtag of swag face. I'll have to
great.
use that sometime later on tonight.
Once again, we want to remind all of you to keep the conversation going on Twitter and Facebook. We are reading and we love it. And of course, big Pepsi pre-show thanks to the incomparable Phillip Lomax, who has been sitting in as our guest co-host tonight. You've been amazing.
It was such a pleasure to be here.
You passed the host test. You only flubbed once.
Oh, just once, and it was at the very end.
It's at the very end.
I hope that you guys tweet about it, and hopefully I can come back sometime.
I would love for you to come back. Don't forget to launch the Extra Factor app on your tablet to enjoy a steady stream of hot-off-the-press content all throughout the live show. If you don't have it yet, what's your deal, yo? I've talked about this a million times. Hit up iTunes or the Android market, download it, and bask in the Extra Factor glory. It really is fun. I'm going to go geek out with it in just a bit. That's it. Enjoy the show, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
See you guys.
Bye, guys. Bye.